Companies operating in the country have been asked to make use of technology to identify and understand the impact of the risks in their operating environment. The head of risk consulting KPMG West Africa, Mr. Olumide Olayinka, who spoke to Channels Television on the sidelines of the ongoing World Economic Forum for Africa in Kigali, Rwanda, also believes the anti-corruption drive of the federal government will attract more investment to the country.
Because risk is now getting very sophisticated, and also there's a lot of companies are faced with an array of risks. Because of the complexity of these risks, you need technology to enable you track them, monitor them, even understand them. And when we say understanding, there's one thing to identify the risk. The other thing is to understand it. And understand includes understanding the impact of these risks that it can make to your business, understanding the likelihood of this risk crystallizing. So we call that dimensioning that risk. And once you properly dimension the risk, you will be able to know the risks that are of high risk and the ones that are of medium risk. Obviously, you will want to deal very much well with the ones that are high risk and making sure that you have controls in place to mitigate those risks. I think what has happened is that Africa has had, its issues with corruption. And we've been labeled as very corrupt in Africa. But we're beginning to see changes. And more importantly, even in Nigeria, we've seen changes in Nigeria. And I think the new government is very clear with its anti-corruption stance. And therefore, that will help institutions around the world take Nigeria and also Africa, the continent, very seriously.